Welcome to Bahujana Hitaya channel. This series is specifically dedicated to the understanding of Swami Vivekananda. There are several myths around the personality of Swami Vivekananda which need to be dispelled for a better understanding of the great man. In this series, we will discuss his life and ideas on various issues using most authentic sources. Some of these issues are also politically important in today's context. The first question that we take up today is, why did he go to America? Most people, even textbooks, would tell you that he went there to preach religion, Hinduism in particular, but that is not true if we go by all the evidence available. Then what is the actual reason? Why did he go? Let us take a look at the background to start with. Swami Vivekananda travelled extensively in various parts of India between the age of 25 and 30. He saw closely and deeply felt for the common people of India merged in hunger and ignorance. He tried to convince the princes and nobles of several princely states to work for their upliftment, but did not have much success. So finally, he decided to take his first step in a foreign land, and that opportunity came to him in the form of the Parliament of Religions that was to be held in Chicago. So he set out for the United States of America on 31st May 1893 from Bombay. On his way to Bombay, in the second or third week of May from Khetri of Rajasthan, Swamiji met his brother disciples, also close friends, Rakhal and Hari, then called Swami Brahmananda and Swami Turiyananda as monks, at Abu Road station. The latter, Swami Turiyananda, relates a conversation with him there. Turiyanandaji writes, he said, that is Swami Vivekananda said, Hari Bhai, I am still unable to understand anything of your so-called religion. Then, with an expression of deep sorrow on his countenance and intense emotion shaking his body, he placed his hand on his heart and added, but my heart has expanded very much, and I have learned to feel. Believe me, I feel intensely indeed. His voice was choked with feeling, and he could say no more. For a time, profound silence reigned, and tears rolled down his cheeks. About 2 months later, Swami Vivekananda reached Chicago, probably on 30th July. But he found no way to join the Parliament of Religions, because the last date for entry was already over, and also because he had no credentials to prove himself. He did not go there as an official representative of any religion or religious organization. Chicago was a costly city, and the Swami had very little money with him. To reduce expenses, he went to Boston area next month and stayed at Metcalfe, a small village. He did not know what to do next. From there, on 20th August 1893, he wrote a letter to Alasinga, one of his young followers in Madras. He writes, trust not the so-called rich, they are more dead than alive. The hope lies in you, in the meek, the lowly, but the faithful. Have faith in the Lord, no policy, it is nothing. Feel for the miserable and look up for help, it shall come. I have travelled 12 years with this load in my heart and this idea in my head. I have gone from door to door of the so-called rich and great. With a bleeding heart, I have crossed half the world to this strange land, seeking for help. The Lord is great. I know He will help me. I may perish of cold or hunger in this land, but I bequeath to you, young men, this sympathy, this struggle for the poor, the ignorant, the oppressed. Vow then to devote your whole lives for the cause of the redemption of these 300 millions, going down and down every day. However, after a dynamic turn of events, he could speak at the Parliament of Religions. He became the representative of Hinduism there at the instance of Professor Wright of Harvard University, who came to know him at Boston and got immediately impressed. It was Professor Wright who convinced him that in order to reach the American public, he must not miss the opportunity provided by the Parliament of Religions. He further explained that he had to represent Hinduism to get an entry there and gave him a letter of introduction. The Parliament was held from 11th to 27th September 1893, and eventually Swami Vivekananda was hailed as the best speaker by many, including the American press. 3 months later, he wrote to his ardent follower in India, Haripada Mitra, on 28th December 1893 from the house of the Hale family in Chicago. He writes, "If anybody is born of a low caste in our country, he is gone forever. There is no hope for him. Why? What a tyranny it is! There are possibilities, opportunities, and hope for every individual in this country. Today he is poor, tomorrow he may become rich and learned and respected. Here everyone is anxious to help the poor. In India there is a howling cry that we are very poor, but how many charitable associations are there for the well-being of the poor? How many people really weep for the sorrows and sufferings of the millions of poor in India? Are we men? What are we doing for their livelihood, for their improvement? We do not touch them. We avoid their company. Are we men? Those thousands of Brahmanas, what are they doing for the low, downtrodden masses of India? Don't touch is the only phrase that plays upon their lips. How mean and degraded has our eternal religion become at their hands. Wherein does our religion lie now? In don't touchism alone, and nowhere else. I came to this country not to satisfy my curiosity, nor for name or fame, but to see if I could find any means for the support of the poor in India." Swami Vivekananda spent 3.5 years in the West, and upon his triumphant return to India via Colombo in early 1897, he was given a hero's welcome in South India. He said in one of his 4 lectures delivered in Madras, titled "My Plan of Campaign" on 9th February, "I did not go to America, as most of you know, for the Parliament of Religions, but this demon of a feeling was in me and within my soul. I travelled 12 years all over India, finding no way to work for my countrymen, and that is why I went to America. Most of you know that, who knew me then. Who cared about this Parliament of Religions? Here was my own flesh and blood, sinking every day, and who cared for them? This was my first step." So this is amply clear from the words of Swami Vivekananda himself that he did not go to the USA to preach religion, or for that matter to preach Hinduism in particular, but to find ways and means to uplift the poor, the ignorant, the hapless of India. But how far did he succeed in his mission to the West? Hopefully we will discuss that in another episode of this series on Swami Vivekananda. Wish you all the best. Thank you.